Hey, gents, any questions on the game?
It's no points, but I imagine a lot of pride in the performance.
Yeah, a bit bored about saying that. I mean, listen, there's been times where we've been exposed and really taken to the cleaners, so we have to suffer with that and accept it and take responsibility for it. But yeah, again, it's like sort of bittersweet really for me. You're coming in here 75,000. I don't go with the narrative of Man United are poor and this, that and the other. You look at the team sheet, you know, you've got world-class players all over the park. So you look at one team sheet and the other team sheet, and there's no criticism of anybody or anything from our point of view. That's the best team that we can put out tonight in terms of what we've got available. Expect to be under a little bit of pressure, yeah. Expect the goalkeeper to make some good saves, which he did, which is great for Wes because he's been a good pro, and you know when the opportunity came for him to go back into the team, he took it and he was outstanding. Scored 2 away from home to take the game deep, 80 minutes. They're positives. Negatives yet again is that, you know, if we do things a little bit different, if we make better decisions from a defensive point of view, if we defend properly individually and as a team, then we come away like we should have done and I'm only talking about the games I've been here, with so many more points than what we've got. We wouldn't be in this position, but we are, so that is a disappointing thing. You know, the ball goes in the back of our net far too easy. You know, they work hard, the structure of the team's good, but and those, you know, just as they find the big moments, you know, Bruno finds a big moment off his left peg and they find great little bits like they have done previously or they did tonight. You know, there's an art to defending as well, so there's both ends of the pitch and both penalty areas, and we yet again have sort of been, you know, not great again in terms of the goals that have gone in.
That's about on the Arblaster you skipped today, obviously a huge moment for him. What was it that made you make that call?
Yeah, not out of anything apart from being our best player. Can he handle the situation? Yes. Will he inspire and lead us? He did. Was he the best? I thought he was the best midfield player on the pitch for his age as a 20-year-old. Did he grow? Did he keep going into the game? Yeah. He made tackles. He was running around towards the end. He ran past a couple of our midfield players at times in the 90th minute. And he's the type of player that this football club has produced in the past, will continue to produce, and one we're delighted to have him. And like I said, there was nothing in it apart from that was the correct decision. You know, I didn't need to explain it before because I knew what the outcome would be, and you guys will obviously, you know, talk about that, a 20-year-old boy in the position that we're in and putting in that type of performance.
Let's take on Oliver Byrne. There's reports that he's out for months now.
Well, he's going for a scan this week, so we'll get the results of that and obviously tell you off the back of that.
So how's James McAtee came off?
Yeah, and Bogle came off injured as well. So Bogle more precautionary. But McAtee came off injured. Yeah, he's suffered a groin injury. Yeah, I know. Obviously, we'll talk about Sheffield United, but it does make me chuckle when people say they've got injury problems. When you look at our group and what we can put out and is available to us. So.
Obviously, a lot of those injuries have come to your leaders as well, which is why you're relying on a 20-year-old kid as captain. Do you need more of those sort of characters in the club next?
100%, absolutely spot on. 100%. But listen, I still think that he might be captain, and we build around him. And he's humble enough. He won't get carried away. His performances have been incredibly consistent at the highest level against Liverpool, against three of their midfield players, the way they press. He was best midfield player on the park against £200 million worth of talent against Chelsea. He was good at Brentford, and that was a different challenge. He was good on Saturday against Burnley, and tonight, you know, pound for pound for the kid, you know, in there, you know, against Eriksen, and obviously Man United have got a special kid in there as well, and you know, he's going to the end. He's making really good decisions with the ball and without the ball. So, but going back to that, yeah, you know, there's so many things, Stu, that, you know, this is not the right time really to talk about it, but there's so many things that we have to get right, you know, on the training ground, on the pitch, off the park, in the changing room, in terms of everything that goes, that, like I've always said, getting that right and getting those players in, and working with them, and as I said, I don't think it's the right time really to talk about that at the moment. I think just talk about, say, maybe tonight's performance.
But in terms of Arblaster, was there ever even a shadow of doubt that it would be too much for him at his age? No,
because we've watched him, we've seen him in training, the way he acts, the way he goes about his business, and the way he's played previously. So, you know, and it should be, like I said, you know, I said it after Brentford, we've got to catch him up, and we did at times tonight. But like I said, it's another game, another yo-yo sort of situation from our point of view. We are, you know, got to understand the challenge as well. Like we're coming to Old Trafford in the situation that we're in, and you know, we've just been beaten 4-1 at home by Burnley. So, you know, it is yet again another mixed bag in terms of my words to the players and to you regarding our performance.
Just a bit more on the goalkeeper. I mean, it says a lot for his character.
Brilliant.
You know, it's obviously near the end of his contract, being on the side.
Yeah, listen, I made a decision when we bought Evo in, and it hasn't gone as well as we want it to have gone. That's as simple as that. You know, so we have to recognise that, you know, regardless who signs who, you know, there are players, and we have to make big decisions. So that was a decision that we made, and you know, he's a team player, Wes. You know, he's gone about his work very diligently and being a top professional, and he's doing what goalkeepers in this division, especially in our position, need to do, is make some saves and make some big saves, and he's done that tonight.
And Brenton Diaz continues to do everything up front. I mean, is there any prospect of keeping him?
Well, we've, you know, of course, there's work, you know, in terms of leading up to the next game, and there's work on a medium to a longer term basis in terms of, you know, potential, what we need to do, on many fronts that we talked about. You know, you're talking about leaders and what we need to do off the back of that as well. So, you know, he's done himself no harm at all. It's been a really good loan for him so far. Assists and goals, and for me, an absolute dream to work with. Great in the changing room. You know, fitted in fabulously. Didn't expect anything different, and delighted that we've had him. So we'll wait and see and go with sort of that.
Chris, just a bit before you said you didn't want to talk about like what comes next, but you reeled off a lot of things that made it sound as though there was a lot of work in front of you from now until the start of next season, or when the transfer window closes. Is it going to be hard? How difficult is this period going to be?
Listen, it's going to be hard. It's going to be intense. We have to get it right. So, yeah, listen, there's a lot of players out of contract. There's a lot of players returning to their parent football clubs. There's a lot of situations in terms of, you know, of availability on players this season that we have to make big decisions. There's options in there. It's, you know, I think it's always been looked at from quite a long time as this might be you know, an opportunity to sort of rebuild, and especially in the position that we're in. You know, and the points total that we've got to go and rebuild the side again to be successful and to play how we wanted to play. Culturally, be that team that's hard to beat. That works extremely hard, that fights for every ball, and when given the opportunity, plays the football. So this, I'm still taking clips, little bits out of tonight's performance where we've come in the backyard of still a top side and done that, but still a hell of a lot of work to do. So I think everybody at the club recognises it, and as I've said, before, from a personal point of view, I do believe we know what we need to do. We're just sort of in that sort of taking that pain at the moment before the inevitable happens, and then we can get down to business and go forward and get us back to where we want it to be.
Thanks all.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, Carl.